Just to introduce myself, I'm Captain Nick Smith, formerly of the Royal Corps of Transport. I served for 13 years in the Army, and ironically I was also attached to the RAF for 3 years. And here we are at the Commonwealth War Graves, where I'm laying a tribute to a French-Canadian officer, Joseph Donat Roy, French-Canadian officer pilot. He was a flight engineer who sadly, together with the rest of his crew here, crashed on the 5th of March 1945 at exactly 5:02 p.m. 2 miles from Linton. They were actually on an operational mission and they were flying to Germany. Two of the aircraft shortly took off. It was very cold. Both planes iced up. The second plane lost control and crashed sadly into Joseph's aircraft. His whole crew were killed, and he was just 22 at the time. Now his sister has only been able to visit her brother's grave once, and in 2017 I was contacted by his niece, who told me that Joseph's sister was going blind at the age of 89. She gave me the details of the grave plot and his name, and asked if I could take a photograph of the memorial and send it back so that his sister could see it before she was totally blind. So at that stage I asked for a photograph of Joseph, and this is his initial joining up photograph here. As you can see, he was a sergeant and he was promoted to officer pilot just before his death. Sadly, he also sent 3 roses to his mother, and his mother received the roses 3 days after notification of her son's death. And I then since contacted Franny McCabe in Canada, and the memorial and the wreath that I have laid for the past, this will be the 4th year, has been circulated to over 60 members of the Roy and McCabe extended family in Canada. And for that I'm extremely grateful and honoured that I have a loose connection with the family. And it was only last year when I was here laying this wreath that I asked a Canadian pilot, he's a wing commander, just before the service, if he could take a photograph of the grave with this wreath. And he just turned round to me and said, the 5th of March 1945 was not a good day for Joseph Roy or his crew. And I hadn't noticed that the whole crew are buried together here, from the pilot to the air gunner, the flight engineer, radio operator, all in one line here. And I believe also other members of the second aircraft that crashed at the same time. So it's in memory of Joseph Roy that I'm honoured to leave this memorial here at his grave. At the going down of the sun, we will remember them. We will remember them.